What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling City. We are finally back. Oh my goodness, it has been a while. We haven't talked to you guys since Elimination Chamber.
It's been a
And
minute.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. It has been a minute, and Ryler knows that I've been going through some personal stuff outside of YouTube and everything. So it's been kind of taking my mind off of not the wrestling product because I have been watching the product. Just coming on here and talking about the product is kind of my mind's just all over the place for the last 2-3 months. But we're here. We are here, and it is WrestleMania week. WrestleMania 42 takes place this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And today we are making our official WrestleMania 42 predictions. Ryler, how are you feeling about the show this weekend?
Uh, Man, it's kind of hard. Mixed emotions because on one hand, it is definitely better than I feel this time heading into WrestleMania 41. So
Mm-hmm.
last year, but that's hard to compare because that's I think one of the worst buildups we've ever seen at a WrestleMania. So I feel a lot more confident about this one, but there are a lot of issues. We will go further into that. Y'all already know what we're talking about, so we'll save that though. Obviously, um, yeah. I mean, how are you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm right there with you. That now the build to this mania, it hasn't been great. There are a few things that have been great, but I mean it's hard. It's easy to say that it's better than last year's because last year's was so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, there are a few things on here that looking at this match card and you kind of like think of the build that we've gotten. Some of them have been pretty lackluster. I'm sure you know which ones I'm referring to, but I mean, yeah,
we
we're
all
like
know.
you said, we're about to get into these predictions, so I'm ready to get in them too, and I'm ready to get into them if you are. Now, before we do though, we are not doing confidence points. We have been
Yeah,
doing confidence points. There are 13 matches, and that's just that's just a lot. So we're just going to straight up give a prediction and no points if you get it right. So we'll see how it goes.
yeah, I did predict. I forgot we weren't doing confidence points, so I kind of forgot. And initially, I put confidence points, and we would have been having to do some legit math, like some calculations, like whip out the calculator if we did confidence points. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with my predictions, though. One thing I will say about this WrestleMania is it is not predictable. I think there's a few of them that I have literally went back and forth on probably 5 or 6 of the matches I've changed since I've done the predictions in the past day.
Okay. All right. And as always, the Wrestling City predictions title will be on the line. That is right. I will be defending my Wrestling City predictions champion for the second year in a row. I am walking into
No,
WrestleMania
you about to
as
lose, bro.
your Wrestling City predictions champion. So let's go ahead and get into these predictions, man. Let's kick it off with night one. And night one is going to be kicked off by the Vision and I Show Speed taking on the Usos in LA Knight. Now, a main thing with this year's Mania has been the involvement of celebrities.
Hmm.
Now, there are a few celebrities in this WrestleMania card that I wish were not on the WrestleMania card, and there are a few that I'm okay with. And I Show Speed is actually one of these celebrities that I'm fine with. I think he's played his part pretty well on TV. He's got a lot of charisma, and I'm looking forward to what he does at WrestleMania this weekend. But I'm gonna start it off with you, man. Who do you got in this 6-man tag team match?
So first with I Show Speed, I definitely agree. It's so crazy. I never thought I'd see myself saying that, but I think that if you have a celebrity involvement in any match, this has been the right way to do it. I think he's been pretty entertaining, and I am not completely on the Danhausen train. He's okay. He's okay. Um, Bro,
You
if
better be
you're
careful,
watching it with a
bruh. You better be.
non-wrestling fan, you look like a complete goof when you're watching it, and it's I don't know. No, I'm gonna be cursed.
Yeah, yeah. You might want to be careful what you say about Danhausen. Gonna tell you that
Yeah.
now.
Well, speaking of curses, that does play a factor heading into this match because what I have been talking about, we were talking on the phone, and I said that there was one match that I was torn on, and it's this match. Um, I don't know who I want to win or who I think should win. Um, I've been taught like literally I've switched this prediction like 2 or 3 times. Um,
Hmm.
Jeez. Ultimately, I'm gonna have to stick with my gut. I am going to go with the Vision winning. Uh, yeah, that's what I want to do. I think that it's starting out WrestleMania, so I think that it's going to help to have speed, have some have a celebrity endorsement of some sorts, and Logan Paul's on the same team. My only issue is the curse going to start, play a role in this match? Is that going to be why the Usos and LA Knight win? But I am going to go with the Vision. What do you say?
Well, I'm going with the Usos and LA Knight, and the the reason why they're doing this tag team match is so that Austin Theory can take the pinfall. I just don't I just don't see them having LA Knight and the Usos losing this match. And I get what you're saying is that this match is on ESPN2 and they're probably gonna want ISHO Speed to get that win, but he doesn't need it really. And it wouldn't hurt him if he didn't because it wouldn't hurt
It
him if
wouldn't
he
hurt
didn't take the
either team
pinfall.
if they lost.
Yeah, but dude,
It would hurt Vision more if they lost, actually.
I just feel like if the Vision win, then we're just going to keep getting the Vision and LA Knight feuding, and I just want that to stop. So I would just have.
That's fair.
So I think you just need to have LA Knight pin Austin Theory and move him on to something else because dude, they have been feuding. The Vision and LA Knight, oh, well, the Usos too, have been feuding for almost a year. It started in June of last year. It's time to wrap it up. So have LA Knight pin Austin Theory and move on.
I could
So
see that. I also saw somebody give the prediction that they think that the Usos and LA Knight could win because of Tom Brady. And I was like, hmm. But at the same time, the celebrity endorsement, let him cook. I could see that realistically happening. But when you get beyond like just originally hearing that, once you think
mhm.
about it, I could see WWE doing that. Uh, I don't. I'm still going with Vision though, but I could see that happening.
You know, I could see Tom Brady get involved because Tom Brady and Logan Paul have been kind of like going back and forth with each other about wrestling. You know, Tom Brady said wrestling is cute, and then Logan Paul made a comment about him, like, you know, throwing some shots back at him. So, and there were talks that they want Tom Brady to be involved at Mania this year. So, and you look at the car, I don't know what else he would do. So, I think it would make sense if he did show up here. I mean, just go ahead and do it here, get it out of the way, and let's just move on with the show. So,
Yeah. Okay.
but
I mean, yeah. Okay. What's the next match though?
next up, it is an unsanctioned match. This is the second match that'll be taking place on ESPN2. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, this is his second match, Mania match in a row where he's having a stipulation match. And now look, now his stipulation match last year with Damian Priest was pretty good in my opinion. I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna go with Jacob Fatu, man.
So this match, I think that is Yeah, I think overall this is going to be the biggest letdown of the show. I don't think
You
it's going
think
to be very
so?
good. Uh, yeah. I mean, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest wasn't really that good last year. And that was the match I
I
was the most
thought it.
excited
I thought
for.
it
I mean,
was.
it was okay. I feel like people are saying like I've seen people saying like, oh, this has potential to be like match of the like the best match of us. No, it doesn't. It's not going to be the best match. I don't think it's going to be the worst match. I just think it's going to be the biggest letdown. Um, I think that Jacob Fatu is going to win, though. I didn't really ever think it was going to be Drew. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any situation in which it's going to be Drew. I think Drew's going to leave after, actually. I think he kind of needs to. Um, Drew McIntyre is just he's boring right now. He doesn't really have much. Like, I think what he needs is he needs a chance to have a little fresh reset. That he needs
Mm.
a few months away, and it needs to not be where he quits and then he comes back like the same day or whatever it
Hmm.
was that they did for the second time. They did that a few months ago. He needs to actually leave and be gone until I don't know, maybe Money in the Bank or something. Give us something to miss. I think there's not much more story to tell in his character. He kind of just bitches and then loses and then complains about losing, and it's repeat.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre could put on a really good unsanctioned match. I don't think this unsanctioned match will be as good as the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn unsanctioned match we had at Elimination Chamber last year. It'll be interesting to see if they do that same format where, because I remember the last unsanctioned match they did, they like dimmed the lights, they like took the
Uh huh.
it was like WWE had no part in it, so they had a referee just wearing a plain black T-shirt,
I
hit all
forgot
the
about that. That was a
they
good
like hit all
match.
the logos on the turnbuckles. They had no part in this match, so and presentation is key. So
Yeah,
I'm
you're
looking
right.
forward to how they present this match. But I'm looking forward to Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. They're just like the two. They're just those two type of guys that are just going to go out there and give no fucks. They're just going to go out there and throw their bodies at whatever they want to, and we'll see. I'm looking forward to it just because the of who's in this match. But like you said, but I do agree, Drew McIntyre. I think he will be taking a break because he's actually filming a movie right now. He's actually been filming a movie for the last couple of weeks, but
What
they've been
movie?
kind of some movie over in Scotland, I think, Homelander, something like that. But I saw where that they've been able to work out his traveling schedule so he doesn't miss like TV or anything. But he
Oh,
could take
okay.
in an
Yeah.
extended period of time after Mania to go finish up filming. So we'll see. But
I
yeah,
think
I've
this
got
match I think this match really depends on how TKO, like what they allow. If they allow it to be an actual unsanctioned, like they allow like blood
ESPN
and
too. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, it depends on what's allowed. I think it could be, but with TK, I wouldn't be shocked if it's extremely limited because it's WrestleMania. But yeah, we'll see.
We will. Next up, AJ Lee defends her women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has got to get a win at some point, man.
Yeah, bro.
She hasn't beaten AJ Lee since AJ Lee's return. She tapped to her at WrestlePalooza. She
Uh-huh.
tapped to her inside War Games, and then she lost the title to AJ Lee at Elimination Chamber. Becky Lynch is due for a win, and she's getting that win at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree. I can't
That's
see
pretty.
any situation where AJ Lee retains because it's also not just the fact that storyline wise that would just be dumb, but
Mhm.
also the fact that AJ Lee, she's been part-time. It was cool for the build up to WrestleMania, but to actually have that continue on, we don't need that. AJ Lee's cool. I don't have it, I think she's entertaining, but we don't need the mid card women's title, what's supposed to be the workhorse title, um, be, you know. have issues as a result of her being a part timer. I think that Becky needs to get back the title, and then we can move on. Also, I'm done with seeing this feud at this point. This needs to be the blow off to the match or their entire
Hmm.
feud, and then we can move on to Becky feuding with somebody else that isn't AJ Lee. I agree
Yes.
though. Becky Lynch is going to win the IC title back.
Yes, she is. All right, next up, the women's tag team titles. You've got Lash Legend and Nia Jax. I think they're called the Irresistible Forces. They're defending their titles against Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, Charlexa, and right now it is the Bella Twins. But according to reports, Nikki Bella has a ankle injury. She sprained her ankle 2 weeks ago, and she is going to be a game time decision. So apparently, if the Bella Twins can't go, they're going to put the Kabuki Warriors in their place. So who you got? Who walks out WrestleMania with the women's tag titles?
Yeah, I think at first the Bellas was a very solid prediction, but seeing that they're injured or possibly injured, I don't think they're going to leave it up to that. Although it is the women's tag titles, so I guess it really doesn't matter that much. I mean, because honestly, if they have the Bellas win, like let's say that Nikki was cleared to compete, they could easily just do the Bellas winning, and then like the next night or the next week or something, they just flip flop it to whoever else. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. But I honestly, this one, I don't think I ever switched. Bailey and Lyra is who I think is going to win, and well, that's who I want to win too. I think that Bailey and Lyra has been a great tag team. They're obviously we know with the women's tag title division, they oh, jeez. They're hot and then they're cold and then they're cold and then they're hot. It just changes. First one time it's absolutely worth nothing, and then the next time it's like four teams or five teams and they're all so who knows? But Bailey and Lyra has been one of the best points of the women's tag division in the past few years, in my opinion. And I think they have a very good story to tell if they win the titles. And if the original plan was the Bella twins, I think they would probably be feuding with Bailey and Lyra down the line. I could see that. So you could just put it on Bailey and Lyra and then still have them feud with the Bellas. And if the Bellas aren't injured, then they can win it like Backlash or something. But yes, my prediction is Bailey and Lyra.
I'm right with you there, man. I've got Bailey and Lyra as well. I just think it would. That's what I want because of what they did to Bailey last year. Because Bailey was supposed to be teaming with Lyra, and then they took her out just to put Becky Lynch in that spot. So I think they need to make it up to Bailey and just
Hmm.
have her go in here and win the tag team titles with Lyra Valkyria. And this whole thing with the Bella Twins and the Kabuki Warriors, this is the reason why we're not getting Io Sky and Asuka at WrestleMania. By the way, Io Sky
Yeah.
is missing WrestleMania because WWE Creative is so dead set on doing a fatal four way women's tag team title match when all you had to do was just make it a triple threat. Honestly, I think a triple threat tag team match would be a lot better than a fatal four way tag team title match.
Okay. Let me be devil's advocate. Because I think that if you want to have a match with Io Sky and Asuka having a feud, a good blow off to the feud they've been building up, I think that there would be a chance for it to be a better match when it's not competing with 13 other matches if they put it on the Raw after WrestleMania. I don't know. I could see that going either way though, but I think it could I think it could help her. It does suck that she doesn't have a WrestleMania match, though. I could see that for sure being
Yeah,
a sucky part.
it's kind of pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Io Sky had the one of probably the
Yeah, her
best
match was
match
good
at
last year,
at
yeah.
Mania last year, the best women's match of all time at WrestleMania, and she's not on the card this year. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
oh well. All right, next up, Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Now, it's crazy what we were supposed to get with these two guys at originally. I mean, just go back before Rollins got hurt at Crown Jewel. He was supposed to be facing Roman Reigns at this show. Gunther would probably be facing Brock Lesnar. And then it got switched to Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker gets injured. It was going to be Gunther versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got injured. Here we are. Seth Rollins versus Gunther. And I will say that they have done a I thought their promo on Raw this week, I enjoyed it. I like Gunther's explanation as to why he wants Seth Rollins, because when he said that when Rollins was with the Vision and Gunther was champion, he never wanted to go after Gunther, and he wants to prove to Seth Rollins that he's not the best. Gunther is. So I've kind of liked how they've made up for all the fuck ups, all the injuries, and they at least gave a good reason as to why we're getting this match. With all that being said, Gunther is winning this match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So first, I think this match was. I never really. As soon as I saw that Gunther was the person that was going to face Rollins, I was like, okay. I mean, I could see that. Now it is. You can't really exactly blame it on them 100%. This is one match that you can't say. I mean, 100% that creative was the issue because the external forces, injuries,
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
happen. And unfortunately, the Vision has just been cursed this year, Braun Breaker being taken out. That completely changed stuff, and Rey Mysterio too, but now he's back, apparently, that's a little weird. But I think with the cards that they were given, this is a pretty good match. There could be a good match. I think they did pretty good with what they had. I'm excited to see this match. But I agree 100%. I don't see any scenario in which Rollins wins because he doesn't need to win. I mean, he is not. It's not going to affect him. Gunther, bro, if he retires, Goldberg, Cena, Styles, and then loses to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. That I mean, either way, it's not gonna. They can recover, but Gunther's gonna take the bigger hit if he's the one that loses. And we also have the factor that could Braun Breaker return? Could he come back and cost Rollins the match? Hit Rollins and then Gunther locks him in the sleeper hold, and then that's how we move on to Gunther and Lesnar and Rollins and Braun Breaker. I guess it really depends on if Braun's cleared or not, though.
That's exactly what I think's going to happen. Actually, I was actually about to say that where I think that Rollins, I think we're going to see a masked man, and Rollins is going to think that that masked man is one of his masked men that he showed up with for like 3 weeks in a row with on Raw, and then the masked man is going to get in the ring. He's going to act like he's going to go attack Gunther, and then he's going to go spear Seth Rollins, take the mask off, and it's Braun Breaker. And
Not
there's
another mystery man.
and there, yeah, this company loves their masked men, so
Bro,
get
leading up to
ready.
WrestleMania, they loved the Masked Men, and then they loved the pull apart brawls. It's like
Yes.
they have to do it for every build up. Um, yeah, but I mean, so we agree Gunther is going to win this match.
Yep. He is going to win this match. Next up, Stephanie Vaquer walks into her first WrestleMania ever, and she is defending the women's world title against Liv Morgan. Now, we've been talking about this feud, this build-up, the last like week or so, and I have personally enjoyed what they've done. Now, like you said, the pull apart brawls have been kind of gotten repetitive, but when you look at with the situation with Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan, they were going into this feud with zero history. And I just love how what they've done is that they've just made it to where these two women hate each other so much now. They've been going after each other personally, to where all they want to do is just fight each other. And I've enjoyed it. I, I've enjoyed it. You say you really don't care about this match. Do you still not care about this match or what?
No, I don't. Um, I
Okay.
mean the
To each
feud
their
or
own, I guess.
the attack the last week was pretty cool, but that I think it was cool because it had the real, the knot on her head. I mean, they literally just dunk. It sounded like two coconuts hitting together, and that was
Hmm.
insane. But that's because it was a botch, the throw through the table was or through the TV looked pretty brutal too, but I think that was because they were off because of that initial bump. That then the TV spot looked a little rough too. So I think
Hmm.
that was good. The pull parts, I'm so sick of pull parts being every single feud build. Literally, it feels like every single Okay, let's go through. Let's see. So we had first of all, we had did AJ and Becky have a pull apart at one point?
No, I don't think so.
No,
No.
okay. So we had Orton and Cody, of course, right? That
Yeah.
terrible segment. Which we will get to, of course. Oba and Lesnar had that main event office chair volleyball pull apart. It's just, and then CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I feel like there's another one I'm missing too, but they do a lot of pull aparts, so that kind of feel like that was a shaky one. A lot of people are liking it though, and I think that's fair. Yeah, like you said, to each their own. But I think that to me, it's I don't know. I guess I could see it going either way, but I do think that Liv Morgan is going to win the title.
Yeah, I've actually been kind of torn on this one. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm with you, man. I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan. The reason why I was
Why do you
torn
think
is
Stephanie? Yeah,
the reason why I think Stephanie is because maybe something happens where because I just think about Raquel Rodriguez. She's had multiple opportunities to win the world title, and they had a match on Raw, Stephanie and Raquel, and Liv Morgan pretty much cost her the world title, and then Liv Morgan eliminated Raquel Rodriguez from the Royal Rumble. I mean, she blatantly eliminated her, like threw her over the top rope, no fucks given, said, sorry, it's got to be done. She threw her over the top rope and eliminated her. And maybe they want to run that feud where they turn on her or they accidentally cost her the match this weekend and then we continue that feud with the Judgment Day women without the title, or they do it with the title. But I'm gonna go with Liv
I could see
Morgan.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
I'm just gonna
Liv.
stick with because I had Liv Morgan as soon as she won the Rumble and as soon as this match was announced, I said Liv Morgan was going to win the title, and I'm going to stick with it. I think she walks out of Mania with the world title. What do you think of that? Did you hear that song that she dropped with a music video?
I was like, what am I listening to? I heard it like in the background while watching Raw last night. Um, but yeah, I mean, but I'm also not like the market for that. But goofy.
Well, that's her new theme song now. So
No, it is not, bro. Are you
my
serious?
Michael Cole said it. Michael Cole as because as soon as they
Did
got
she
because
come
they
out to it last night?
I don't think so, but I remember right before Punk and Roman segment last night, they played the whole song, and then Michael Cole said was talking about it and was like, "Yeah, this is her new theme song." He
I
said
did
theme
not hear
song.
that part.
I did, and I was like, okay. And honestly, to me, okay, look, like you said, the song isn't for me. I'm not too crazy about it. I mean, she looked good in the music video. The music itself didn't sound so great, but I don't know. I feel like the I feel like the song fits her character. You know, because what's the song called? Trouble,
Trouble.
and she causes trouble. So
I
Oh well.
guess. I mean, I guess the title name. Yeah, I guess. I
And I
didn't
don't.
really listen to it
There's a
much
part in
though.
the
I just
song I
heard it
don't
and I was like,
because there's like a part in the song where she keeps. I don't know if she's saying "fight me" or "bite me." She's saying one of the two, and she keeps. She just keeps saying it like over and over. I don't know what she's
yeah,
saying,
I have no clue. I
but
guess we'll see on at
we'll
WrestleMania
see.
if that's indeed her theme. I don't know though. I like her theme is decent, so I don't know how to feel. But only time will tell. That's kind of crazy if that actually is her new theme though.
Yep. Here we go. It is now time for the night one main event. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat fucking McAfee in his corner. Oh boy. I it has taken a lot out of me to not just come on here onto YouTube and just absolutely rant, just shit all over what we've been seeing the last 2 weeks. It is crazy to me that now look, I'm just going to say this now. I was a fan of Pat McAfee. I was. I am no longer a fan of Pat McAfee. I was a fan of Pat McAfee, the commentator. But what we have been getting these last 2 weeks is just absolutely ridiculous, dude. The fact that we've got Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, 20 years of history, 20 years. This is a match that we have been wanting since Cody Rhodes came back to the company 4 years ago. This was the dream match that we've wanted. And for the second year in a row, TKO had to stick their nose in this business and fuck shit up.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
this is our night one main event.
dude,
We're
at
really
this
about to
point,
jelly
I
roll
would
in the main
much
event of
rather
night
have
one.
Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan main event night one over this.
I'd rather any match main event over this.
I'd rather have the Vision and Speed main event over this.
Honestly, yeah.
It's just crazy to me, dude. We started this off so well with Randy Orton turning on Cody Rhodes. I thought that heel turn was perfect. He went out there, they signed the contract, he attacked Cody Rhodes, bashed his head in with a steel chair on some steel steps. That was perfect. And then we got the phone call. Who's on the other side of the phone? And it's Pat McAfee.
I just I don't know, man. I mean, the match or the reveal happened. I was watching that night, and as soon as it happened, I literally was like, I missed the first part of the segment, and I was trying to get on to my onto my computer to watch it because I am legally subscribed. Like I don't use a VPN or anything, you know. I don't. So I was trying to get through it regularly, and when I got it, set up, I went on there and I saw Pat McAfee punching Cody, and I said, "No, I am not spending my Friday watching this." And I didn't see the rest of the segment, and I haven't watched SmackDown since. Uh, so I don't honestly know what's happened. Like I don't really know like what happened this past. Is that was that 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago? I don't
two
know
weeks
much what's
ago.
happened in between. Uh, yeah, I feel like giving it attention is kind of what they want, and I feel like that's what like a lot of fans. I mean, I see a lot of people obviously on Twitter talk about it, and people are like, oh, well, this is the reaction they want, they want you to be mad. And it's kind of hard to tackle that because it's one of those arguments that are like, I don't know what the name for the argument is, like what the fallacy is for it, but like by not disliking it, you're proving their point because they're like, oh, well, you dislike it, so you're supposed to dislike it. If you get let's say you get a steak and it's like a perfectly grilled steak. It's cooked to the temperature that it's perfect, juicy. You love it, right? And then somebody comes up and just puts dog shit on it, right? It's technically more seasoned, right? Technically, it has more flavor. Technically. But that doesn't mean that it's good,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they had this juicy steak that was 20-year history between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. And you've added the dog shit that is Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll. And
And the
that is the
fact
main
that
event of our WrestleMania. That is our main event. That is what we are going to see on the night one, closing night one. Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll.
and the fact that 80% of the build to this match has been the product sucks, the champions suck, ticket sales suck. I never thought, dude. I've been watching WWE for 20 years literally now at this point. I started watching in like 2006. So 20 years now. And I never thought that we'd be building a match based off of the wrestlers suck, the product sucks, and ticket sales suck. I, dude, I just I never thought in a million years that we would get to a point where we're building a WrestleMania match based off of that, and not based off of the history that you've had for between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, the teacher, the student, the mentor. They were in legacy together.
It's WCW all over again. It's 2000, 2001.
Gosh, dude.
I mean, I'm not saying they'll go out of business,
I
obviously, but
literally I
yeah,
literally do not give a shit about this match.
I don't either. With that
It
said,
it
I
hurts
think that
me
Cody
saying
Rhodes,
that.
or I think that Randy Orton is gonna win. Um, yeah,
Well, I
I don't
think they've made
care.
it pretty obvious who's winning this match because I don't know if you've seen the reports that apparently at Backlash they're going to do Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll versus Pat McAfee and Randy Orton at Backlash. Because
That's crazy.
Pat McAfee said on Friday that if Randy Orton doesn't win, then then we will never see or hear from Pat McAfee ever again in WWE. He said that. And then there's reports that we're getting this tag team match at Backlash. Now, Dave Meltzer did report this, so you know it's Dave Meltzer. He's a lot of times more wrong than right, but dude, I can't blame Triple H for this. I'm sure Triple H is sitting back there. He's like, I don't know what to do, man.
I mean, I don't really care whose fault it is. I mean, it's the main event of WrestleMania, and this is, yeah.
I've got Randy Orton also.
Okay, let's move on before I get more depressed. Well, let's continue the good spirits. We're going into WrestleMania, man. Well, let's just forget the main event of WrestleMania, night one, our main event. Let's get on to the better stuff.
Yes, because on paper, night two looks
Mhm.
better than night one. So on to night two we go. As my mouse is dead and I can't scroll. Here we go. Night two. We're kicking off night two on ESPN proper. By the way, the first hour of night two is on ESPN proper, and they're kicking it off with Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. This is one of the
We got
feuds that I have been enjoying. I think what they've done with this feud from the very beginning to the very end has been near perfect. And the only way to cap off this perfect feud is to have Oba Femi beat Brock Lesnar. And that's my prediction. Oba Femi beats Brock Lesnar. He's got to. He's got to,
I
dude.
think
I don't want to hear it.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
They have done everything right with Oba Femi at this point. if you want us to believe that Obafemi is the future, then he's got to win this match. So give me Obafemi.
Yeah. Um. So I think the feud's been pretty good. I think it could have given like they could have like had some more physicality to it, but at the same time, that's kind of how you build the tension, like now it's leading to this match, and so that's what's kind of been, they're saving that for. The pull apart, terrible, but that still doesn't ruin the overall build, in my opinion.
Mm.
Um, I think that this is going to be I don't know about the actual match itself. I mean, it is Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. We'll see. Obafemi, he's good. I don't really know if he's super known for his like in-ring crazy matches. I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't really watch NXT that much.
He is.
Um,
He's had some pretty good matches. He's had
okay, well, I think him with Lesnar, I think it's gonna be two. What is it? Two meaty men slapping me, or whatever the hell it is. Big E says it's gonna be just a big hoss match. They go in, they trade some heavy blows, and then hopefully we see Obafemi win because that is what we need. Um, I don't know though, man. At first, I had Lesnar. Because okay, the thing that I have considered is the fact that it is the first hour, like you said, it's on ESPN for the first hour. Do you think they're gonna have, because it is TKO and ESPN, and we're having Brock Lesnar, the people that the mainstream audience knows already, So there's going to be people that don't watch WWE tuning into ESPN for this hour, and then they're going to see Brock Lesnar. That's going to be the person they recognize facing against this fake fighter, So I don't know how they're going to actually book that, but I'm gonna go with my gut, and or maybe it's my heart. I don't know. Either way, I am going to go with Obafemi. I think he needs to win. This is one. If he doesn't win, that really is going to hurt his momentum. I think. Not necessarily. It's not unrecoverable, but oof. Yeah, that's not gonna
the
be good.
only the only the only way I can see it can't the only way I could see it being recoverable where it doesn't absolutely just halts anything with what they're going to do with him is if Brock Lesnar won, but he didn't win clean. Where almost as to like he survived Obafemi with like a roll up or something to where he and then
Nah, bruh.
he's sitting at I don't want that to happen, but and like you do, it's
I
on
hope not.
it's on ESPN. They're gonna have a million eyes on this match, and Obafemi's the future. What do we need to build Brock Lesnar up to at this point? Like seriously,
Well,
his
Gunther
day,
technically,
his,
I guess, but
and that's my concern is that do they do they want to have Brock Lesnar lose here and then possibly lose at SummerSlam? Because I think after this weekend, I don't think we're going to see Brock Lesnar until SummerSlam.
yeah, I'm still going my gut though. I
I
mean,
am
it's
too.
and also another way
I am
you could
too.
say this with the ESPN stuff too is that with Brock Lesnar being there and Oba Femi beating Brock Lesnar with everybody watching, then
Dude, the
it's gonna be like,
headlines.
oh,
The head.
this dude just beat Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Like, who is this guy? That's gonna give them a reason to want to watch and be a fan of Oba. And also another issue is that if Brock wins, the crowd is going to be seriously let down. And does ESPN and TKO really want to start out WrestleMania with the crowd? Like, do the people want to? Do they want the outside fans, the casual fan, to see the crowd in that type of mood for the first hour of WrestleMania? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
dude.
hope not.
Because if you had Lesnar lose, you just know the air is going to be let out of that arena. and then you're going to have that ladder match follow up, and they might try to, you know, bring the energy back up, but dude, it's going to be hard
Yeah,
because
for
everybody
sure.
there is going to want Obafemi to win. So
Yeah.
I think that's the match that I'm like, I'm scared, bro. Like, I don't want Brock Lesnar to win. He doesn't need it.
We're gonna have faith. Obo's gonna win.
He is. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right. Next up, the
Fingers
ladder
crossed.
match. You've got Penta defending his Intercontinental Championship against JD McDonough, Rusev, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Rey Mysterio. Who you got in this one, man?
Um. So first, Rey Mysterio returning was kind of crazy because obviously he was rumored to have a match with Gunther, and that that didn't happen because they thought he was maybe injured or something.
Now,
And I guess
I think the reason why they didn't do that match is because if they were to do that match, it was going to have to be for Rey Mysterio's career because he's been
fair
going on this
enough.
career killer gimmick, and I don't think Rey Mysterio is ready to retire yet. So, and it's crazy that Rey Mysterio just came back from injury, and his first match back is a ladder match
That is crazy. I thought about
with
that too.
5 other guys. Whew.
Uh, I think that this match is going to be good. I was watching, I think it was Santi's apps video. Shout out to him. I was watching his predictions, and he was saying that this has the potential to be one of the greatest ladder match in WWE history. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? I definitely do not think it's anywhere in that, like, not even in that, like, remote location. I don't think it'll be top 5. Um,
I mean,
it
look at the
has potential to
competitors
be.
they. I mean, look at the competitors they got, dude. Penta, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, JD McDonough, and then I mean Rusev is there too.
I mean, as you're saying that, do you really think that's gonna be has the potential to be the greatest ladder match of all time? You don't think that. JD McDonough and Rusev are gonna be a part of the greatest ladder match of all time? I think it would be a good match, but it
Only we'll
it's
see.
gonna be okay.
We'll see.
Um,
We'll see.
Now who's gonna win? I'm really between two people. Uh, but I'm gonna have to go with I think Penta's gonna retain. The only other option I could see is I could see Javon Evans winning. Um, but I think he has plenty of time to. I don't know
Mhm.
if this is the moment for that, just quite yet. I mean, it would be okay if he did, but looking at it from a prediction standpoint, I don't think it's that moment yet. Uh, and I think Penta still has plenty of story left to tell with the IC title. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty confident that Penta's going to retain.
Yeah, I've got Penta also, and it's pretty much what you just said. Like Penta just won the Intercontinental title, and I think he could do a lot more with the Intercontinental Championship, and I think it fits his style well. You know, he wants to be the workhorse champion. That's why he decided to put it in, give 5 other guys an opportunity. So yeah, I mean, I could see Javon Evans winning it, but yeah, dude, he's what 20, 21, 22. What is
Shout out. I forgot about that.
Rey Mysterio?
Smells really good.
Uh, your Rey Mysterio
Sorry,
soap.
I got distracted. Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean Javon Evans, he's what 21, 22. He's got so much time ahead of him to win the title. So I've got Penta retaining. Next up,
Okay.
Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Now, Sami Zayn, man, he has been fans are starting to turn on old Sami Zayn. He
My GOAT. Oh,
Did
I
you hear
love
the
that man.
reaction he got Friday night? Did you see like any
Uh,
clip of it?
yeah, not this past Friday. No, I mean
He
I've seen the past few
the
weeks though.
boos were loud. He was cutting a promo and he was getting booed every time he talked.
Okay. Well, first I have two things to say about that. First of
Okay.
all, wah, cry harder. Um, Sami Zayn, bro, y'all. Sammy Hogan, listen. First of all, it's just funny because when he won the title, I was like, "Oh, bro, Twitter is about to be going crazy." Uh, it's okay though, because Sami Zayn's first of all, Sami Zayn. I'm just biased, man. I've loved that man since like NXT. That's just somebody. No matter who he faces, I'm gonna root for him. I mean, I think everybody has somebody like that. I mean, you Roman Reigns, bro. We were going for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, even though it made no sense really when you look back at. I mean, it does when you look long term, of course, but in the moment, it felt like it made no sense, but it was like Roman Reigns, that's our goat. He's got to win. That's how I feel about Sammy. I want him to win no matter who he's facing. I could see why people were upset about it, but first of all, Sami Zayn, he has he won the IC title last year, or not even last year. That was 2 years ago. First of all, that was in
Hmm.
2024, and y'all want to act like he's like some crazy winning every title, winning every single he's never been a world champion. Um he won the IC title what 2 times, I think it was. Um and he held it for like 4 or 5 months or something. And then he won the US title and y'all are gonna act like yeah. Anyways, though, my second point is that Sami Zayn, the way this is booked, this could be perfect. If TKO, if WWE books it right, this could be a perfect way for him to turn heel. Literally everything is set in line. People are naturally, organically turning on him, and I get it. It's the same argument you could I sort of say with the Pat McAfee stuff. Like not all heat is good heat, but they have the potential to turn it into good heat because Sami Zayn, we've seen he has a good heel character. His stuff in 2020 and 2021 was great, and people are rooting for Carmelo Hayes. So you do this stuff where Sammy is continuing to rip away this opportunity from Carmelo Hayes. But he doesn't get he continues get back into the fight, and then we get a blow off between Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes, or a triple threat between all of them. So, with that said, I think that Sami Zayn is going to retain this title, and so we can see a triple threat between Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes, with Sami Zayn being a heel and Carmelo Hayes getting more behind. The fans getting even more behind him because they hate Sami Zayn so much.
I'm with you, dude. They because apparently now there's reports that like they want to there are talks about them doing a double turn, but no, just let it happen organically. Just
Yeah.
dude, if Sami Zayn wins this weekend, which I'm predicting he's going to win, dude, that heat is just going to get more and more. It's just going to
Mm-hmm.
intensify more and more. Where he's going to go out there and he's going to get booed out of the building, and then you're going to have Trick Williams come out. They're going to want to see somebody like Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn. And look, I can see why people are getting tired of Sami Zayn because honestly, to me, dude, he is kind of getting boring. I mean, how many times we have to hear him complain and bitch about why he's not getting a world title? And I'm just kind of getting tired of the whole like underdog storyline that it just feels like he's always the underdog.
That's fair. I definitely see how that placement with him talking to Adam Pierce and then randomly getting the match and then becoming the champ. I mean, it was a little forced,
Mhm.
but Yeah, I think they have a good way to change and use that momentum to their advantage, and it would freshen up his character
I mean,
for
because
sure.
it all started whenever Sami Zayn, I think it was whenever because he beat Carmelo Hayes and then he gave Carmelo Hayes a rematch. And then like Carmelo Hayes like hurt his knee. So then Sami Zayn saw that and took advantage and hit him with a haluva kick. And then
Hmm.
fans were like, okay, yeah, we're getting tired of this. And I'm sure it had to do a lot with the reason that he beat Carmelo Hayes. So yeah, they just need to let this happen organically because dude, I expect that crowd Sunday night to be everyone there is going to be behind Trick Williams. So, and
It can happen
you,
so naturally, man. You have Sammy
mhm.
like slowly devolving
Yeah,
into
I
like
don't.
this
What
paranoid heel.
I don't want them to do is where they fully turn him heel. This because I was just thinking like I'm worried that what they're going to do is that like Sami Zayn wins the match, or like I was thinking like maybe Trick won the match, and then afterwards they kind of like shook hands, and then like Sami Zayn hit him with a low blow or something. That's what I was kind
Uh-huh.
of thinking, but no, Sami Zayn needs to win and just let that heat continue to intensify. So
No, they need to make him even act more like a baby face. They need to have him be an over the top character that's like all happy and acting like the fans love him,
yeah,
acting like
because
he is
literally
like,
this past Friday he was asking the fans like, "What did I do wrong?" And they should
yeah,
keep yeah, they need to keep that going for sure.
yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Well, we're on the same page with that then. Sammy retains.
Yep. All right. Next up, Jay Cargill
Ooh,
versus
your favorite.
shit. Give me a break. Jay Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I've got Jay Cargill. That's all I gotta
uh,
say.
Man, I've been back and forth for this one. On one hand, you do have Rhea Ripley. Like, is TKO really gonna like? That's like the
Okay, dude.
face of
Listen,
the. Even though she's not champion, she's the face of the women's division.
I like you keep bringing up TKO. TKO doesn't really have a say in everything creative does. That dude, look, they don't. They don't. They
What
only
match were we
have
just
a
talking about? Were we talking about Cody Rhodes? Have we talked about that yet?
yes, that's
Right.
one. That's and it feels like that's the only time that TKO wants to. They dude, they did it with Cody Rhodes last year.
Oh, it's just the main event of WrestleMania. They don't have that much leverage.
That's
You're
what it
right.
seems. That's what it seems like. No, but no, dude, they're gonna want Jade Cargill to retain because they're and look, I think Bianca Belair after this match shows up. I think because Io Sky is going to be in Rhea Ripley's corner. After the match, they're gonna because Jay Cargill has Meechin and BFAB with her now. They're gonna attack Rhea Ripley and Io Sky after the match, and then Bianca Belair is gonna come out and even the odds.
You don't think that possibly that BFAB and Meechin are going to try and attack Rhea during the match or try and do something to gang up on her, like the ref gets knocked out and then Bianca comes out to even the odds, and then in the process Jade's distracted, gets hit with a riptide and loses the title, therefore setting up Jade versus Bianca without the title and Rhea moving on.
I like that, dude. I like that.
I've been torn between both of them too. I'm just that's what I could see Bianca if she does return.
Mm.
I could see it
I
going either
want that to
way.
happen, dude, but to me, I feel like they want to do Jade versus Bianca for the title. I feel like they don't want anybody
Yeah.
taking that title off Jade until it's Bianca. I would like for Jade to lose that title sooner rather than later because she's absolute dog shit. But
Okay, so what
I've
I'm
got
gonna
Jade
do,
Cargill.
I've been very torn on this. I've switched them a few times. We have like every single one the exact same except for Vision and the Usos and LA Knight. So for that reason alone, I will go with Rhea Ripley. So we'll at least have two different ones.
Dang, we really
I could
do.
see either, man. Jade Cargill has held the title for, I mean, it hasn't been that long of a time, but with how she is, she's just in the ring, bro. It's constantly, oh, she has room for improvement, bro. She's been in the company for like 2.5 years, or has it been 3 years? It's been a long time. She's had time to improve, and she hasn't really improved. So,
In the ring,
uh,
on the mic, nothing.
I feel like Rhea would be a decent pick, and like I said, no matter if she's the champion or not, she is the face of the women's division. So I think it would make sense to put the title on her. I could see it going either way though, but like I said, for the sake of the predictions and make things interesting, which we'll see if I'll regret it, but I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley.
Well, looks like that title's staying home with me. That's fine with me,
Oh
though.
man, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, Demon Balor. The Demon is finally back. He's taking on Dom Mysterio. This one is probably the most predictable match on the card. Demon Balor is winning.
Yeah, bro. If Finn Balor doesn't win, I don't know. I don't
He's
know
due.
what
He's
they're
due for
doing.
a win. Because I mean he's lost his last two matches as the Demon. He lost at WrestleMania 39 against Edge, which he was originally supposed to win that match until Vince
Yeah.
McMahon fucked things up, and then he lost at Extreme Rules against Roman Reigns when the top turnbuckle just decided to
Yeah.
pop. Third
Crazy.
time's the
Yeah.
charm. Finn Balor's winning this match.
Yeah. I agree. And I don't really have much. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Finn Balor's gonna win.
Yeah. All right. It is the main event of WrestleMania 42. CM Punk defends the world title against Roman Reigns. Who you got, man?
Uh Roman Reigns. I mean, I
Really?
could see why people say Punk, but yeah, no. I didn't really ever have a doubt of it. I think Roman Reigns is going to win.
Well, now, why do you say that? Just like, do you think there's something's gonna happen like beyond this, like with him with the?
Because well, first of all, Roman Reigns has lost the past two WrestleManias. Um,
Hmm,
two WrestleMania main events. He
yeah.
has never been world heavyweight champion. So that's another
Okay.
world title to add to his accolades,
Mm,
and it's Roman Reigns. Need I say more? Um, I could see Punk winning, but it's I don't. Yeah, I think Roman's. I mean, you think Punk's gonna win?
I've got CM Punk winning this match, dude.
And why you say that?
The only okay, look, the only reason I'm not saying Roman Reigns is because we don't know what Roman Reigns' schedule is going to be post Mania. Because usually he wrestles at Mania, he's gone for like 4 or 5 months, and we do not need a part-time champion, another part-time world champion. We've lived through that, and there's been talks where we might get a bloodline reunion. Look, that'd be cool and all, but I want something new. You know, I just feel like they're just going to want to go back to the bloodline reunion because it worked for them in the past. They creative needs to come up with something different here, man.
Uh,
And then I also think that maybe, and then I also think, what is there left for CM Punk to do with the world title? Like, who is there left to feud with? Do they go back to Gunther? Possibly. We've seen him and Rollins enough. I really don't want to
yeah.
see that again. I'm gonna stick with CM Punk, dude.
Okay. Let me tell you that even when you're looking at it from a storyline perspective, I don't know how you're picking Punk then. I mean, that's okay though, because the story, if we're talking about clear storylines after WrestleMania, it's clearly Roman then, because we have the Usos that they didn't really finish much of that storyline, right? And we have the Usos, obviously having their match, so they're hopefully going to be finishing their stuff with Division. So Roman Reigns being back for a little bit as the world champion would make a lot of sense since they had interactions a few weeks ago. We also had the Bloodline and the Usos have a interaction this past Monday night on Raw. Roman Reigns being thrown into that. I mean, everything just makes sense. Everything. I don't know if I would agree that maybe like I don't know the Bloodline reunion. I think it would depend on how they book it, but I think it all falls together pretty perfectly.
Now look, Roman Reigns last night when CM Punk said, I'll be, I'm here tonight with gold on my shoes, gold on my waist, and then I'll be leaving Mania the same way with gold above my head. Roman Reigns said, "You're wrong," and now Roman Reigns didn't say, "I will be leaving Mania." He kept saying, "We." When we fix this, when we make this title relevant,
Yeah.
when we bring this title back to what it needs to be. Who's we? To me, it's Roman Reigns and the Usos. But like I said, dude, I want something different. I want something new. I,
Maybe they come out and try and cost Punk, and then Punk capitalizes off of it and wins, and that's a way to further the Reigns and Bloodline storyline without it being for the world title. Um, but I don't know, man. I think that's what's gonna happen. The only reason I like considered Punk too, is because this is his first main event WrestleMania singles match, and I think they maybe want to have him be able to say he won his main event WrestleMania singles match, but it's TKO. I don't think they really care that much about that. I mean, it's Roman Reigns, bro. It's our tribal chief. Although it was funny, that entire segment was just like Punk has just been roasting the fuck out of him the past few weeks, and then Roman Reigns is just like, "No, you, bro."
yeah, last
Punk has
night,
been flaming him.
this week's segment was weird. They started off so hot, and then at the end, right before their matches, when they're like, you know, it's kind of
I'm
like they're
sorry.
showing, yeah, it's kind of like they're showing respect to one another.
Yeah,
I I don't know, but so you're going with Roman Reigns.
I am tribal chief. We're gonna be
I'm
throwing them
sticking
ones
with
up at WrestleMania.
I'm sticking with CM Punk. So
You're a traitor, bro. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
That means we have three different predictions, though, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Well, that fake ass, that paper belt. Get that out of here. Get
This
that out of here.
is coming back home.
I'm bringing that with me. Oh, actually, we will be watching Mania together. This will be the third Mania we will be watching
Yep.
together,
I can't
and
believe we didn't mention that. Yeah.
yeah, I will be bringing that with. I'm bringing that bad boy with me. So whenever I do win, I can rub it in your face. So
And that means if when I win, I keep that title.
no, not happening. Not happening. But those are our predictions for WrestleMania 42. Let us know what your predictions are for WrestleMania 42. It's good to be back, man. I'm looking forward to the show this weekend. I'm looking forward to be able to hang out with you. And we did a reactions video last year. We are expecting to do the same thing for Mania this year. Our best reactions from WrestleMania 42. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, anything else you got to say before we get out of here? We've been in here for an hour. I'm kind of ready to wrap things up.
Yeah, I feel that, man. WrestleMania, it's time.
It is time. Well, that's about it. We will see you guys next time right here in the greatest city in the world, Wrestling City. Until then, take care. God bless. Peace.